What puzzles me are why hobgoblins and the undead are working together so willingly. What master has paid the hobgoblins enough coin that they'd cooperate with working with the festering dead? I hope not to find out, but I'm afraid I likely will as I descend further into this dungeon. But enough talk. The flame blade has expired, and I must switch to my more mundane methods of defense and offense. It's time to move on. Welcome back, folks, to Let's Play Dungeon Hack, and when last we left off, Celadran made his way to the second floor of the dungeon, and has encountered the enemies that we'll be facing on this level, hobgoblins and the undead. Before we press on, I think we should explore the areas that I haven't explored previously, the doors that I didn't open. Can't open this door because there doesn't appear to be any way barring this key, and I don't have that key. So let's move further up. Is there a way to unlock this one? The answer is it doesn't seem so. There is a keyhole that we can unlock here, and in here is one undead that we're going to be very careful when we face, because we don't want to be paralyzed. We can run away while we're paralyzed. Hello, Hobgoblin. We need to be really careful of you because you guys hit really hard. And in here is a journal page. It's always good to read these. It was unfortunate that I did not have a silver or magic weapon when I encountered the white. The parchment crumbles into dust. That is a very important hint. When we encounter whites, and there is a high chance that we will, we need to have a magic weapon. Fortunately, the flame blade does count as a magic weapon, so if we're in a pinch... Ooh, there's an illusionary wall on my left. And that is the game informing us that there are hidden things that we can find, which means that we can progress this way. And here is one undead to say hello. And we managed to kill that undead quite quickly, and we got some food, which is good, because we only had 2 pieces of food left. There's nothing in here of any interest, and I think now is a good time to rest. I was about to say to heal, but we don't have any spells to heal with, so resting is a good idea. And yes, we will cast healing spells. It does mean that we rest for a little bit longer, 9 hours as opposed to 4, but I don't mind resting like that if that means that we get all of our spells back. And we're going to go this way, and there is an enemy that is waiting for us, an enemy that is opening the gates to come and get us. And so, we shall have at thee, and thee was had at. There's not likely to be anything here in particular, but there might be something. And there was nothing. This doesn't surprise me. Let's move on, and who closed that, I wonder? Did the hobgoblin close that just before he died? Maybe we'll never know. We can go up here and open that. There are 2 enemies in the way, however, and if memory serves, one of them is a hobgoblin and the other is an undead. Maybe a ghoul. I'm not quite sure which undead it is, but it's definitely an undead, and this enemy seems not to have noticed us, which is good, because we can sneak up behind it and hit it. And here is another undead. I thought it would be another hobgoblin, but it seems like the places where the enemies respawn don't specify which enemy will be respawning. So we're going to go up here, and we're going to explore this here. There we go, 1 iron key, and in here is a resounding amount of 1 item. Maybe this item will be useful. Well, it's a key, and it's a key that I imagine we're going to need on this level. Or maybe not. 1 switch to open our way this way, and there is another item in here. I have no idea how we know that just by standing here, because we can't peek around that corner. And there was another undead. I think it's time to use Cure Light here, because those hobgoblins do have the ability to kill us in 1 hit. We also have the ability to kill them in 1 hit, and hopefully with the sheer amount of foes we're facing, there'll be something worth our exploration in here. Carefully does it, Celadran. You missed there, time to back up, and we got hit ourselves. For only 4 damage, that's not so bad. And this enemy is sidestepping with us. It is a very clever enemy. Far more cunning than the enemies we encountered in Eye of the Beholder. Here is a gold coin. Not really much in the way of treasure, but I'll take it. And that was all there was here. Ah well, let's move on. We're a little bit hungry, so eating something wouldn't go amiss as we immediately devour all of those rations in 1 gulp. He's really hungry. I don't think there's anywhere else for us to explore over here. So now we need to go down. We haven't figured out how to open this door, and we haven't figured out how to open that door yet. Well, one of them actually was a key that we now have the, a lock that we now have the key for, rather. Not a key that we have the lock for, that would be a little bit redundant. Hey look, there's a key on the wall. Not to worry, I found this lock, and by using it, nothing will happen. We don't want that to happen. Alright, so we'll go down here, and ram into that for no reason, and move down, and it's this one that we can unlock. Let us hope that there is something in here worth finding. The answer is, there is one item. A key. A frost key. And there is one of these. We haven't used one of them yet, we're going to hold off for now. We don't need to because we have full health and we have quite a bit of food. I don't know if they replenish your food as well. I've only ever used one once, and I used a silver coin rather than any other kind. And here is something that requires the bone key. Putting this bone straight where the nose would be. And there's nothing in here at all, so we're going to press forward. Down this long corridor, and here is a hobgoblin. And we're going to back up so his hobgoblin doesn't hit us. One more hit here. Aha! Not a hit at all, actually, because we missed horribly. And if we hit you now, we have. Excellent, and there is another hobgoblin. And there is an undead there. Have at thee! And it was dead. And still is dead, because it was undead. And that there just turned us around. If you looked at the map there, we were facing this way, and then we were facing the other way. And here is a hobgoblin that dropped an apple. Now that apple is going to be useful because I think apples can restore a tiny amount of food. It's always nice to get more food. Hello there, Mr. Hobgoblin. How are you? We do need to be very careful with these. They do hit really hard. And we need to be mindful of the fact that this will turn us around. But I don't mind backing up if that means that we take less damage. There we go. It is gone. And we're just going to sidestep here to progress. I do think we have the key to go that way, but for now we're going to go this way and eliminate other possibilities. I think we have... Do we have a key for this one? We don't have a key... Actually, I think we do have a key for that one. Never mind. What is in here, apart from a hobgoblin? There are a lot of hobgoblins here. They are tougher than orcs and goblins. It does make sense that they're here. There's also one undead there. We could be using turn undead on them, but right now it's just as good hitting them. And we need to be very careful so that these enemies don't gang up on us two at a time. We missed there, so we're going to back up, and then we're going to hit this hobgoblin, and hit again. Well, I hope we would hit again there, and we did. Anything in here? Well, there's one enemy, so we need to be careful of you. One hit point isn't bad. The enemies do like sneaking up on you, and they also like flanking you if you let them. We're not going to let them. We're just going to stand here and let them come to us, and obliterate them. There is nothing, and in here seems to be a resounding amount of absolutely nothing. And there are no secret walls here. This room only had monsters in it, and thus experience, and that's not bad in itself, but I'd rather find... Ah! There's an illusionary wall to my right. That's nice to know. Thanks for pointing that out to me. Imagine he's pointing that out to himself rather than anything else. And this enemy is coming through, and we're going to hit this enemy as this enemy tries to hit us. And we were successful, and this enemy was not. What we need to be very careful of right now is the fact that there are two foes here at the moment. We could throw the axe. Why not? Kapow! That dealt a little bit of damage, and that enemy also dropped a coin. We're going to want that coin. Might as well hold on to it. We haven't used a single one of them yet. I wonder how ancient they are. But either way, we're going to move into here. Anything in here for me to get? It would seem like a resounding no. This area only had enemies for me to fight, and there is a niche in the wall that has absolutely nothing in it. That's a shame, but I can deal with there being nothing here. After all, this is a bonus little area. And what is over here? But nothing at all, so we need to go a different way to progress. We need to go this way by the looks of it, Or this way. But we haven't found a way to open that door. And there are 3 enemies in there. And there's one door there that I don't think... Oh, actually, we do have the key for that one. We have that crystal key. We could use the crystal key to progress, but I really want to find out what's in that area with loads of enemies. I also want to defeat this foe here, because I don't want enemies to sneak up behind us when we're exploring a new area. Marvellous. We're going to open this up. Excellent. And head further in. Hello, how are you? You hopefully... Uh-oh, that's not good. We need to heal here. Hopefully, yep, there we go. You are gone. It's handy that we can heal and attack at the same time. We shouldn't be able to do that, but I like the fact that the game lets us because we're by ourselves. And you are gone, and you dropped that looks like a staff that could be a wand. The only way to find out is for us to go over and take it. It's a flail. That is a pretty nice thing to find, but is it a magic flail? It is a magic flail, and it's not a cursed flail. So we have found an upgrade. Likely this is either a flail +1, or it's something even better. But either way, it's better than a mace. And a non-magical mace at that. Let us keep exploring and see what else we can find, like this enemy here. And there is a magic mace. Always good to find a magic weapon. Always good to have 2 magic weapons. But we're going to stick with the flail for now. And did that door close behind us? Hello, you! You took 10 points of damage. Not bad. We're just going to go around this corner here. And you are gone. And we found a lavender potion. We still haven't drunk the other potion yet. I really don't like drinking the potions because they tend to not help you. And I don't want to drink them and then reload the game, because with the potions that's not something you need to worry about. There are things, however, that I am going to save the game before I use, and they are the books. The books have tremendous magic in them. It can be tremendously beneficial, it can be tremendously unbeneficial, and we really need to heal ourselves right now because that was a sound hit that we took there. Let's just, did I pick up that hammer? I did pick up the hammer. Thought it was worth checking. Did you walk through the wall here? It almost looked like you walked through the wall. But it seems like you didn't. Let's move on, shall we? And use this switch to get into this area. There are far more hobgoblins and undead than I first thought. Where are they coming from? Are they coming from the lower levels? If that's the case, I really don't want to explore the lower levels eagerly. We're going to move around this corner so that this hobgoblin doesn't hit us. And hopefully we'll hit it. There we go. 15 points of damage. That is rather impressive. And another switch which leads to here. And what is around here? There don't appear to be any enemies around here, which is encouraging. Up here is a resounding amount of nothing, as I thought the map would reveal. And there is one foe. There are now no foes, but there is a foe there. And I can't see a way to open this. The door won't budge. And we can't we can bash doors, but sometimes they won't open if you bash them. Just bashing at it here, and it still refuses to open. I don't think it's going to open if we continually hit it. We're trying, but we're not going to be successful. Is there another way that we could be... It could be this route that we're going to take to get in. And there are a lot of enemies the way that we previously were. If we want to go back to here, we're going to have to fight a lot of things. Alright, we're going to backtrack and we're going to see if we can find another way into there. By going this way. Hello, hobgoblin. We took a hit there and that is not good. We don't want to take another hit. We're going to backtrack into here. And we're going to rest, because the last thing I want to do is die here. And this is when we die here. Let's just rest and cast some healing spells. Fortunately, we weren't disturbed, which is good. And we are back to full health. I'm surprised nobody did attack Celadram while he was resting, as there are a lot of enemies around. Anything over here? Well, there's one door. So we're going to go in here, and we're going to attack you. And we already took a hit, which isn't good. And not another hit, fortunately. And I wonder what closed that door. And we took another hit. Not great. The hobgoblins are rather powerful. So heading this way and opening the door that managed to shut itself, we're going to find anything? Stairs down I'll settle for. There is an enemy. That's not quite what I was looking for. There is a niche in the wall there, and there is nothing in it. There is a door, and this door leads to one enemy. Not quite what I was looking for. I'd really like to find the stairs down so we could get all the experience, but ouch, that was a lot of damage. Considering we only have 15 health, that's a dangerous foe. That is the foe that we'll likely be encountering on the next level. Fortunately, we have a magic weapon, and if memory serves, these enemies spit some kind of acid. And they hurt, and I've no idea what enemy they are, but they do have a lot of health, so we're going to have to back up quite a bit and try and fight this foe. And Celadran has attained Cleric level 5, gaining 9 hit points, which is good. Let's see if we can cast any more spells. The answer is, we can't yet cast any 4th level spells, but we can cast 3rd level spells, which means that Create Food and Water is something that we can cast, and water breathing, which is also very important, because water breathing means that we can breathe underwater when that spell is active. I don't remember how long the spell is active for, but it's a good spell nonetheless, and we also have one extra 2nd level spell. So we're going to have an aid prepared here. And with Create Food and Water, all the rations that we now have are rather pointless, because we can just fill up the hunger bar immediately. We have a rock here, and we're just going to explore a little bit more and find the stairs down, which is exactly what I was looking for. But there may be other things first, like that undead that was being very sneaky there and moving around the corner. We'll wait for that undead to come to us, or we'll just go and find it. Hello, you. Uh-oh, we are paralyzed. That is not good. We're going to move over here and wait for this to wear off. And it didn't take as long as last time. Not bad. And I think we're going to need to rest pretty soon and replenish our food supplies. Right. Are you going to come round here? You did! And that was foolish of you, because you are now dead. And any more foes? I think I saw... Yep, there is one more hobgoblin. And we do need to be careful, because we do only have 10 health right now. We don't want this enemy to defeat us, especially after we've gained that all-important level. Ooh, that was bad. And we need to move up here, because we don't want to get hit by you. Cure Light, I was trying to back up into an area where there was nowhere to back up. We're going to throw this at you, and we're also going to throw this at you, and then we're going to go this way. And we hit you, which is good, because I really didn't want to die there. And because this missed, it just flew right past the hobgoblin and dealt no damage. We are going to rest most certainly. We shall rest and we shall cast healing spells, and it doesn't matter how long we take to rest now, because we can deal with the food problem with the casting of one spell. The bar is at about 1/3 full. The bar is completely full. Magic has replaced food completely. I don't know if there are levels later on that require us to stockpile food because there's some sort of anti-magic aura, but for now anyway, we don't have to worry about food, so we can spend as long as we like exploring these levels, taking it easy, and trying our best not to die to this hobgoblin that has hit us twice already. This hobgoblin is dangerous. And there is another hit for 6. That enemy was far tougher than I wanted it to be. And I think now is a good time to rest again. There's no reason not to after all, because we have unlimited food. And so, when we come back, folks, we'll continue to explore. There isn't actually that much of this level left to look at. There's over here and there is this room, that small corridor, this little area that I haven't been down, and here. But once we've explored all of these, or at least tried to explore over here, we'll move down to the next level. and encounter that enemy that we had a little bit of difficulty with before all of the time. And boy, are we looking forward to that. We're not really looking forward to that. That enemy is quite difficult. So I'll catch you next time, folks. And I'll see you then. Later.